These guys really hang on. Do you see this little stink bug? Probably from North Carolina. I am driving through one of the most desolate stretches of road I've ever seen. So I figured it'd be a good idea to talk to myself just so I don't go crazy here. And since I'm talking to myself, I might as well tell a story that a lot of people have been wanting to know, which is, why do we drive two separate vehicles? A lot of people found our channel from watching Less Junk More Journey. Of course, Nathan and Marissa were driving this van around for a couple of years, so it's definitely a natural question to ask. Why are you guys driving two separate vehicles when the van is perfectly capable of carrying passengers?
We drive separate cars for a few reasons. One is the car seat situation. We have 3 kids in car seats, 1 in a rear-facing car seat, and that's a lot to fit in one row of car. We've done it before, and it's possible, but it means there's a lot of kicking and hitting and screaming, so that's not ideal. This minivan enables me to have the girls in 2 separate rows, slide them back and forth away from each other. Also, I can fit the whole stroller in the minivan without even folding it up in the way back next to Lyndon, so that makes getting in and out of the car at activities and outings way easier.
I work full-time during the week, and Michelle needs to be able to zip around, go to activities, go to museums with all 3 kids most of the time. We already had that minivan, and that minivan is actually the ideal vehicle for doing that kind of stuff. And the other reason is, when we do travel days, we have completely different needs. Having 3 small children, 1, 2, and 4, there's a lot of diapers, there's a lot of snacks. We really have to time the naps to get the most value out of the naps without stopping. Whereas I may need to stop to do some trailering stuff. I may need to fix something. I need to check tire pressure. And then on the flip side, when they're awake, it's not a great time to be driving, and she may want to stop and have them stretch their legs at a playground, or go to a store, do something, go have a meal, even just stop the car and crawl them back and, take care of a couple of kids. So that kind of stuff she can do, whereas if I had to stop the van and the Airstream, it's not always ideal to pull over on the side of the road when you're trailering. It really just boils down to completely different styles of travel. We both kind of get there around the same time, but we stop and go for completely different reasons.
And just a few minutes ago, we spotted Papa in the Airstream. So we're gonna arrive at the KOA at the same time. One major plus of this minivan is it has a DVD player. So that really helps when we have to drive a long distance. That can buy us a whole extra hour just having a DVD player in the car. Michael might be the most productive man on earth. And that's one of the reasons why I married him and one of the reasons why I love him. But I really enjoy my driving time listening to music and letting my mind wander and basically just resetting and recharging. And I kind of treat it as my meditation time. And so now, every week at least, I get a little bit of time to do that, to be alone with my thoughts and let my mind wander and sing. Like a river, like a river, shut your mouth and blow me like a river. Just such a release and an outlet for me. It's something that makes me feel really good. Another reason is Michael was just learning how to pull the Airstream, so we were a little nervous about just the safety of that, and we didn't really want the kids in the vehicle doing that. So this is just kind of a safety precaution too.
This van is really good at what it does. It does towing really well, and it does storage really well. And the minivan is really good at what it does. It takes care of the kids pretty well. And it's also easy for Michelle to get around town and park and run in places. Nothing's forever, but for right now, this is how we roll. It's working really well. So we'll probably just keep it up for a while and see how it goes. Do you want to say hi to Ophelia?
The little O.
Yeah.
She can name her a different name like Quoto.
Hi, Ophelia. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls.
Oh, it's wonderful.
This is crazy. Welcome to our home.
Good driving, Michael. You came right into this driveway. You came right in and parked it.
Been getting some practice.
Wow.
See ya, Olive. It's really great being at Grandpa and Marmar's house before Christmas because the girls get to experience decorating a Christmas tree.
to be picked up and thrown. New ideas can be pleasantly.
What are you making?
Overgrown.
A sandwich.
You know where to go if you follow that heart.
Bye, Grandma and Grandpa. We're wrapping up at Grandpa's house. We've been here for 2 weeks and it's been so nice to reconnect with family and get some projects done. This is the bassinet that we've been using up until now. We were so lucky that Nathan gave us this bassinet when we purchased the Airstream because it was custom made to fit right here and to fit an infant. Now I'll show you guys how we put it in. But remember, the thing is we never really took it in or out. Once it was in, it was in. We left it in when we were traveling. Sometimes it would bounce around a little and get kind of get uneven, but then we could just fix it back up once we got to our location. But I'll show you how it fits in the side of the bed right now. On the side of the bed, there's a carpet wall on one side and then a wood ledge of the bed on the other side. And this bassinet rests with one edge on the carpet wall and one edge on the ledge of the bed. So it rests above ground a few feet and the baby sleeps suspended off the ground. I put the bed up so I can really access the ledge of the bed under here. And then I bring this over. So one side of it rests right here on the edge of the inside of the bed, and the other edge rests on this carpet wall here. And they're the exact same height, so it's completely level, and it's totally sturdy. So once I set it down, I had to rotate it a little bit because it actually rests on the top of the drawer right here. Not on this piece of wood, but on top of the drawer. And that's so great because it means this bed can go up and down as much as you want to access your storage without disturbing the bassinet. The mattress is just cut from a piece of foam to fit the bassinet precisely, and I used a pack and play crib sheet, and that happens to fit perfectly as well. It's been so great to be able to feed Olive while I'm in bed and then put her down to sleep right next to me. Olive's almost 18 months now, so she's no longer an infant, and we've been really using this bed to the max because she's getting too big for it. But I think the day that we finally realized she's probably too big and we should make a change was the day I rounded this corner and saw that Olive had tried to climb up into her bed by herself and got herself stuck in this position like this. And she was looking at me going, "Mama." And we thought, okay, Olive doesn't need these walls anymore. She's not an infant. We're not worried about her rolling out of bed. She's a toddler now. We want to encourage her to climb in and out of bed as she pleases. So we realized it's probably time for the next phase in Olive's sleeping arrangements. So we talked about what that might be. And first thing to go would be these walls. Olive doesn't need these walls anymore. Second thing is we thought maybe the bed could be lowered a bit. Not too much because I still feed her throughout the night, so it's really nice to be able to put her down somewhere that's not too hard on my back. But she is getting bigger, so I thought maybe just a few inches lower, a few inches further away from Mama would be a good developmental step for her. One thing we didn't want to lose is the storage that we're so used to under this bassinet. So we figured what would work best is kind of the same design, but a little thinner and turned upside down, a wall here instead of here. So Michael made a sketch based on the things we talked about, and then he went to Home Depot and bought the best plywood he could find, which was maple. And then he took it to Grandpa, and Grandpa helped him cut the wood and put it together, and now we have a new bed, and I will go get it and install it and show you guys the new bed. It's just one of the many great things about getting this Airstream from Nathan and Marissa. They had made so many amazing customizations to fit their family, and now in that same spirit, we're gonna make some customizations along the way to fit our family as well. This is our second customization. Our first customization was the mid bunk. We turned it into a toddler bunk bed. It was a crib underneath and a bunk bed on top. So this is our second customization, and this is turning the bedside bassinet into a bedside toddler bed. If you remember my handy dandy tree stump storage bins that I showed you guys in our Alabama video, you'll see that they fit perfectly under this bassinet. So that's another thing I didn't want to lose with the design of our new bassinet. I love the idea that we can take these cool tree stump storage bin slash chair slash ottoman slash footrest. I love this thing. And we can just slide them right under, and you can fit 3 tree stumps in there. Bye-bye, bassinet. It's very bittersweet because it means Olive's growing up. And we're not gonna throw it away, we're gonna put it in storage. It would be awesome if we could give it to another family that could use it. On the left, you see our old bassinet, and on the right is our new mini toddler bed. As you can see, they look kind of similar. The new mini toddler bed is kind of like an upside down version of our old bassinet. Here's the new toddler bed. I guess we should call it a tiny toddler bed because it's not the same size as a toddler bed. It's a mini toddler bed. And she's a mini toddler, so it's perfect. Okay, so I lift up the bed storage because this wood here is a little bit wide. It's a wide kind of like platform to hold the mattress on. So this has to be lifted up in order to fit the new bed in. Looks like Michael measured it just perfectly because it fits so snug. And when you push it back, it's cut at a slant, so it aligns perfectly with the cabinets. There we go. And we don't lose this magical storage underneath here. And then we put the bed back down. So the beauty of this is now I can access my bedside drawer and my closet. So I didn't really use these before because with the bassinet, I couldn't access this drawer. So that drawer I just sacrificed. And the closet, I put stuff that I would rarely wear, like I have one dress-up outfit. Things that I might only need for a special occasion went in here. And if I really wanted to access something, I could sneak through this section here. Otherwise, I would take out the bassinet in order to open this cabinet. Airstreams don't really have a ton of storage, so every little square inch really counts. So to get my bedside storage unblocked is a really big deal, and I'm really excited to be able to access both these things again. So thanks, Papa. I love the new design. That's the neat thing about doing custom work for your Airstream to fit your family. It's always perfect for the phase in life you're in at the time. And having the walled bassinet was perfect for when Olive was a baby. But now she's not, so let's open this back up and get her a little toddler bed. So now little Olive can wake up, stretch, crawl over here, and then she usually turns herself backwards, and then she slides right off and goes and brings herself into the living room. With this mini toddler bed, she's taking little baby steps toward independence. And that's one reason why we lowered it a few inches, because it makes it easier for her to climb in and out. And it creates a little more separation from me, because she's often just in bed with me. Bassinet was almost the same height as the bed, whereas this new mini toddler bed is a few inches lower. So when I'm done snuggling or feeding her and I put her in her bed, or better yet, she crawls herself into her bed. She's in her own little area, and that's Olive's space, and this is Mama's space. Lyndon and Maple are probably good to go in their bunk beds for another year, so we don't have to worry about them or any customizations as far as their sleeping quarters. Olive was really stretching the limits of her baby bassinet, so now we're on to the next phase of that, and I even can imagine the next phase after this, and I think that's just gonna be elongating this toddler bed. So you can see it's really opened up the space on this side of the room too. And another pro is that it's much easier for me to crawl out of bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because I'm not being blocked by a bassinet wall. And same with Olive. She's no longer being blocked and having to go around and go off this high bed. She can just crawl step by step down in her little corner. You guys might find this kind of interesting. My parents have an apartment above their garage, much bigger than an Airstream, but for us it turns out we're more comfortable staying in our Airstream in the driveway. Can't find the lights in here. There's a million light switches. But it surprised everyone else in my family that we would prefer to stay in our home, which is in the driveway here. We're more comfortable in there than we would be if we had to move all our stuff and reacquaint ourselves with this apartment above the garage. We have stayed in here before and it's super duper comfortable and spacious, but the idea of packing all our stuff and baby-proofing it and retraining the kids to sleep and nap and everything in a new space, we just figure, why move out of our Airstream at all? So it turns out at my dad's house, they have sewer. We're hooked up to their electricity. So we have full hookups in my parents' driveway, which has been so convenient. It's really a game changer in terms of coming to visit family for the holidays. For those of you who don't live in an RV, imagine just driving your home over to Grandma and Grandpa's and parking it in their driveway. It's really convenient. We're wrapping up at Grandpa's house. We've been here for 2 weeks and it's been so nice to reconnect with family and get some projects done, but we're itching to get back out there and get some more national parks under our belt.
Airstream! Airstream! Say Airstream. 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 Who's that baby? Who's that baby girl? Ha!